Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Man, I'm starting to get used to these Monday Night Football two-gamer slates that we got going on here. Again, another nice two-game slate over on DraftKings. And I got my man back with me to break it down here on a Monday afternoon. Big T in the house. And Big T, I wanted to start with this because Vincent wants to know which one of us picked the Chargers on the Print Factory. And only one can claim that pick. And I pretty sure it was not your pal JSU. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, I know I was 3-0 on the Print Factory, so I'm not sure. I don't know who picked the Chargers. I might have picked the Chargers, but it weren't one of my three, though, because I was 3-0. I was 3-0, Vincent. What do you think about 3-0?
What, you calling Vincent out because you were 3-0? He wants to know who picked the Chargers.
I picked the Chargers. The Colts own me every week. It wasn't one of my three, though. It was a. I got it right here.
Yeah, I don't know how. I can't remember the bets I gave on the show, but I know like my bets overall.
2-0 with the over tonight. You got 2-0 with the over still pending.
Well, no, I knew it because I think I hit so every week I do our show.
That was ODB. Now that you're talking about it, I'm looking at the picks. He had the Chargers.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I know I had the Colts. Like
Yeah.
I know because I remember saying the Colts.
We're 7-1 with the over tonight pending. He had the Chargers.
Every week.
That wasn't me, Vincent.
Every week I do I pick almost like every game on the board and just put like $10 on it. And I would have had a sweat going here. I got one game wrong. I was 12 of 13 picks. And I'm blanking on it. Oh, it was the Denver game, Tony. By the way, did you watch that game? This is the game. This is the game I got wrong.
Well, they were up 20. I'm like, the Giants might be a wagon. And then right after that, Denver scored, got a pick, scored. That was a crazy
what was the
game.
spread? Was it 3.5 or 4.5?
More than it finished.
So wait, so the Giants covered, right?
Yeah, the Broncos were -7 when we did the Print Factory. It went down a little.
-7. Okay,
they definitely didn't cover. The Giants covered.
Yeah, no. I had the under though in that game. That's what I had. I forget what the number was, but I had the under.
That was one of my picks. Was Broncos over in that game?
Oh, really? So
that wasn't one of my three, but that was one of my picks that I circled.
Yeah, and so I went 12. I went like 12 of 13 bets on the day, and all I had left was the over in the Tampa game tonight for like the last bet. But
that game's gonna go over too. You're gonna hit it.
Well, I'm not gonna hit it because I lost the friggin' under on the Giants.
We were talking about this before we came on. Richie Smalls, Nick Chubb, baby, load up Nick Chubb. I hate him the most. Although last Monday I hated Big Bill the most, and he did not. Everybody always forgets when we say who we hate the most, and they don't do anything. They only remember it when they
Debo, and Keon Coleman, Coleman. I said Debo and Keon Coleman. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who's Debo? Do we talk
on Monday, bro? How do you forget? It's so funny how you only remember when you get stuff right on Mondays and not me. It's the same slate.
Who's Debo though? The Niners guy?
Bro, are you fucking? You're trolling me right now.
I'm
you
not
gotta
this
be fucking.
Time. I don't know
me.
what Debo. I'm trying to figure out who Debo is.
Are you fucking? Is Tony drunk right now on the show? Is this the first time he's been drunk in a 3 o'clock
I don't remember when I get stuff right either. I forget slates. Like I don't remember I don't remember what the last one was.
Brandon, Big T getting old, man. Holy shit, we're not that different.
I don't ever. For you, it is not just when I get it right either. I forget all the time. I don't remember who my plays were Monday.
Bro, we're not even talking about plays right now. You can't remember who Debo is. You said the guy from the
I
Niners?
don't remember Debo crushing, though. I don't remember him crushing in my head. When did he crush?
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Debo Samuel, senior. He plays for the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, he didn't crush. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. We were giving out our ante plays.
Oh, yeah, the ante. Yeah.
And you gave out JCM. So you were patting yourself on the back.
Okay, I'm with you
and I
now.
gave out Debo and Keon Coleman. So I was patting myself on the back. And then you come out there with, who the fuck is Debo? The guy from the Niners?
I wasn't picturing the anti. I was picturing the play of the day. And I'm like, how could Debo have been the play of the day? Yeah.
Next, you're going to say Debo, the guy from Friday? Yeah,
I wish it was him. That's a good Debo.
That's legendary Debo right there. By the way, that's a legendary movie. Not to get back on this topic, but legendary movie. I asked Kelly too because I wanted to hear if she had seen Office Space.
Don't get me started with this freaking
She said
again.
that she's never seen it before.
You're going to get the Monday crowd mad at you now. It's unbelievable that you haven't seen Office Space.
I'm just saying Kelly hasn't seen it either, so I'm not the only one. So it makes me feel a little better.
You got to watch it. Like, you have to watch it. You have to watch it.
We were literally sitting at lunch, and I was like, by the way, I was getting killed for this on the show.
Have to watch
you seen it? She's like, no, I've never seen it.
It's an all-time top 5. I mean, you just have to watch it. Like, you just watch it and get back to me and just apologize when you watch it.
Now, Friday, that is a legendary movie.
Even Raxon says you're dead to him. See, you're going to get the Monday crowd mad at you now.
It's all right. I know Raxon in his heart, he still loves old JSU.
Now I'm back on JSU's side, though. Hard to trust someone. American Pie is a great movie, Kevin. Come on. I'm back on the JSU side now.
Yeah, you can't shit on the real Steve Stifler back in the day. You can't shit on the Steve Stifler stuff back. Some of those scenes were just legendary. Cannot do that right now. We're not doing that. You like Friday. You'll like The Office. Yeah, I love Friday.
I mean, there's
Friday
no way you won't like Office Space.
I'm not saying I won't like it. I just asked my wife if she had ever seen it.
I can't believe you haven't seen it. You're getting me tilted again just talking about it. How have you not seen it?
Thank you, Chef Frank. At least someone's not mad at me, even though he's seen Office Space. He's not mad at me. See? That's a good man right there, Chef Frank. I always liked you. Even though your Eagles owned me last year, and I'm still mad about it. I still like you.
That was another game I got. I mean, that passing game did work.
Bro, literally, I cannot get an Eagle game right when it comes to these players. Every time I say one guy, it's always another
been
guy.
Horrible all year. I tried to make him happen yesterday again.
But I tried AJ Brown 1 week, doesn't work. I tried Devontae Smith 1 week, doesn't work. Like I literally I have to swear off all Eagles, and they'll all crush, and I'll be wrong always. But I just got to swear them off. They're not my team. I can't do it. Fucking Eagles. They smashed. Man.
Like smash.
Yeah. Like if you had Eagles stacks, you could have literally lost at like every other position as long as you had those 3 guys, and you're probably making money no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
No matter who you had at your other spots. That's how nuclear they went. But yeah, the Giants game, I wanted to get back to this real quick. Have you ever seen anything like that? Fourth quarter.
Besides the Arizona game a few weeks before, I haven't seen anything like that.
That had like weird mishaps though, like the weird play where he intercepted it and then fumbled it backwards. That was like one of the weirdest plays. But like this was just the weirdest quarter I had ever seen.
And they dominated 3.5 quarters. I still can't believe they blew it.
Did you see Jackson Dart? How when they hit the field goal, they turned the camera right to his face, and he just had his hand like kind of over his mouth, but like his eyes like said everything. He was like, he must have been like, holy fucking shit! Yeah. I can't believe this.
I mean, his interceptions what ultimately lost it because they were still up a bunch, and he gave it right back to him down inside there. They just ran it and punted.
But then he does come back. He gets the touchdown. By the way, that penalty where they didn't get the fourth down, where they were yards short, but they got the roughing call. That roughing call on Jackson Dart was absolute horse shit.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a bad call. I don't know what that was, but they score the touchdown, Tony. There's 40 seconds left. I mean, he did ultimately get it back for throwing that pick. I know the pick was bad, but I can't say he lost it just because of the pick. They gave up how many points in the fourth quarter?
And they're awesome. Like, these guys are awesome. I mean, they were playing Russell Wilson over these guys. And even if they did blow it, Giants fans are still happy today. Like, you got guys you can be happy with out there. Like, yeah, it sucked to blow it. But
seriously,
man,
this has to be a record, right? In one quarter?
there's been a lot of crazy quarters, but
Wow.
I mean, all things
46?
considered.
That's crazy. I didn't even put
points.
that like together in my head that it was that many points. Like I knew it was a lot. 46. Holy shit. Well, yeah, that was definitely the craziest game here. But we got 2 games tonight. Honestly, I think 4 teams that are anywhere from like solid to really good football teams. So we got like
There's been
I think
the record for points in a quarter is 41 from one team.
Wait,
team.
what?
How does a team score 41 in a quarter?
Who was that? The Patriots when they had like Randy Moss?
Both of them were a long time ago, like time ago. In like the 50s, it looks like. But 41-point quarters. Like, how do you score 41
better than Kyler? I don't know if I'm better than Kyler, but man, Jacoby Brissett, I mean, he's better than Kyler, that's for sure. Kyler is not it. That's all I got to say about that. But back to these 2 games here, Tony, unless there's anything else you want to touch on from Sunday. Anything else stick out to you?
No, I mean, there's a lot of the similar stuff. I'm looking at some of the things that happened. Sucks seeing Jaden get hurt again.
Packers again. I'm telling people these big spreads just never just fade the Packers.
Suck. Like, I hate your Packers.
I bet the Cardinals. I said it.
No, you haven't been on the Packers as much this year. They stink though. They're one team I'm confident stinks.
I made the mistake that one week, and I'm never doing it again. What was the week? It was the Browns week. It was the Browns week where I was like, they got they have Joe Flacco back there. They're gonna sack it. Like, they just
JSU doesn't care about this stuff. But Game 7 tonight, we got the one sport. Every sport you can like argue who the GOAT is. Would anyone argue that Ohtani's the GOAT of baseball? Like, is there any argument?
The only argument would be someone like me who doesn't like watch baseball that much anymore and used to watch it back when like Barry Bonds was
great, but he didn't pitch.
I know. No, you're right. You're right. It's not
the dude
the
had
same.
10 strikeouts and 3 home runs in a closeout game to go to the World Series. I mean,
You're right. You're right. He's the great. I guess we just you don't see that very often, I guess, where they're playing.
You can say Babe Ruth all you want, but Babe Ruth's not as good as Ohtani.
Now, I'll just say this, though. Like, nothing was like watching peak Barry Bonds just smash the ball into the water. Like,
peak
nothing was like that.
Bonds.
Well, I love steroids. Let them all take steroids. I mean, shit.
They all got steroids, too.
I'd go back to watching baseball. Hell yeah. Let them all take steroids. Who gives a shit? Yeah. I don't know. Game 7's tonight, though. Literally, baseball is all right. You Showdown playbook?
Like a little Game 7. World Series starts Friday night. Game 7 tonight. It's good stuff.
Well, maybe I'll put it on like the secondary TV. Maybe
get it a secondary coverage. Get it a little secondary boost.
Yeah, no, for sure. For big games like that, I'll turn it on for sure. It's not going to be on the main TV. That's football, but like big games, I'll put it on. Who you got, Tony? Who's just real quick? Who's
I've
the
been
winner?
on Seattle the whole series, so I got to stay on Seattle.
Okay. All right.
Toronto's been getting it going a little bit though, but I gotta stay on Seattle.
What's the line? Right? Is Seattle like a dog, or are they a favorite?
It's got to be somewhat close to even. I haven't
like coin flippy.
Let me see. So we got Toronto's at home and they're 126, 7.5. Yeah, I mean it's a coin flip, close enough.
Coin flip. Okay. All right, I like that. Ohtani's even great at picking winners, but All right, let's get NBA. That's right. I was gonna quickly talk about this. NBA does start tomorrow. We will have a show on this channel, me and Big T, 5 p.m. Eastern time, free. The shows going forward, though, they will be more up to lock for the members. So if you're not a Run Pure Sports member, make sure you guys sign up. You could still slide in, Big T. You still got those DMs open. You can still slide into at Big T 44 DFS.
We still have a few each day too. Every once in a while, probably one average of like one a day. I'll still slide in there.
If you're looking to get in, obviously it's an NFL show, but if you're looking to get in for NBA or it's NBA time and you want all sports and you want to get the premium package with all sports, slide in Big T at Big T 44 DFS on Twitter. Slide in. Let him know you're looking to sign up. You want that first-time payment code. He'll hook you up with a nice, juicy first-time payment code to get in on the winners at Run Pure Sports. And don't forget to hit the like button on the video, but we will have a show tomorrow. So make sure you guys check that out for a little NBA action here. All right, Tony, let's get into these 2 games. We got a bunch of people filing in right now. 2 kind of opposite games here. Tampa at Detroit. Detroit at home's been a wagon. Tampa Bay's been really friggin' good too. Baker, it doesn't matter, which weapons he has or doesn't have. He keeps getting it done. No matter who it is, really. He's been crushing. And Jared Goff's been really good too, honestly. Big total, 53.5 for Detroit and Tampa in Detroit. And then you got Houston at Seattle, which is normally a tough place to go and play. 2 tough teams. Houston's been tough defensively. The offense has been trying to figure stuff out. But it's a 41.5 total. So we definitely have this scenario here where, you got one game that I think most people are going to want to stack, and then another game where probably people are going to be lower on. But you still got good studs. You know what I mean? Like you got Nico Collins, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Mike Evans is supposed to be back for Tampa Bay. Emeka Egbuka might even play for Tampa Bay. I feel like he's trending towards being in. It's not official yet, but that's something. You got Amon-Ra. A lot of good spend-ups. Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, this is unlike any 2 game we've had, I think, to date, really, where it's just so many good spend-ups here.
Yeah, we were talking a little before the show about it. It's the first slate this year for 2. First of all, the 2-gamers are the best. I wish every Monday there was a 2-gamer. They're just so much. And I love Showdown. 2-gamers are just perfect because you can still dabble in the showdowns a little bit. And you got the 2-gamer, which I just like having to play positions. I love the strategy of it. My favorite NBA slates were when we had to play those positions. And I know other people don't like that. I liked having to play 2 point guards and 2 shooting guards. And I like that. I like the strategy of it all. So I like this too, where you have to play each position. 2-gamers are freaking awesome. And you get these games tonight where one game's clearly better environment than the other, but you also have plays in the other game. Like there is guys that are great plays in the Seattle-Houston game. So I think there's a lot of options of what you can do. They're more concentrated offenses, I would say, too, in the Houston-Seattle game where it's a lower total, but guys that you can count on to get a lot of the production. And then you got a lot of guys that can produce in the Detroit game. So just a great game. Yeah, and the king of the end zone. So when you were talking, I was pulling it up. So since it's 2 games, is it like the way where we can pick multiple or what's it?
It's single use. It's single use. So one player, I looked this up before, longest touchdown and
longest touchdown for both games, right? One player.
Both games, yes. So both games, you have your option of one guy from the 4 teams.
Love it. Love it. My favorite promotion. I'm never picking a defense again. You taught me last time. That didn't pay near as much as I thought. I thought I was being sharp, and I wasn't. I'm gonna find someone else.
I think in the beginning we were being sharp, like when they first did it last year, and then I think people figured it out real quick.
Adjusted.
Yeah.
So now we got to adjust back because if David Montgomery pays the same as a defense, or pays more than a defense, I'm doing it wrong. If you can play a good guy.
There's something to be said to playing a solid player, but someone that's not perceived as like a deep threat or someone who can house like a long one. And what happens when like the longest touchdown is only 10 yards and it's to that guy? Like it could happen in theory, or the David Montgomery touchdown where it's like he just busts through and gets the long one somehow. Like, yeah, we got to look at that. We'll look at that though at the end once we finish up breaking this thing down here. So
one thing I like about the slate though too is like quarterback. I think we can agree on like who's the best, but there's not like the dominant, like the last slate we had runners, like dominant runners, and this is a little more open to me. Like I could even be talked into playing like who's considered the worst. Sam Darnold, I guess, would be considered the worst. I could be talked into even playing him or Stroud. I don't have to play Baker or Goff just because they're in a bigger total. Do I like them more? Absolutely, I do. But if it's like a build, as we'll get through the builds, I've already looked at them more than I usually do. That salary could get you an extra like good player. And if it gets me an extra good player, I think I'm okay with it in this scenario. I don't have to give up a player just to play Baker or Goff, even though I do like them better.
Yeah, I definitely probably want Baker or Goff. I get what you're saying though. There's like not the rushing that really separates them from that. I just think the overall environment is just a way better environment in the first game. And I don't know.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, like, if you have a build that you can just say, for example, you can get Gibbs and the 3 top receivers, but you have to go down at quarterback to make it happen. For me, it might be worth
fine.
But I mean, we're going to play around with the scenarios too, where it's, I mean, just looking at the numbers right now, Goff just popping like straight projections like we did yesterday. I mean, I'm getting by far the most Goff.
By the way, how is he projected ahead of Baker?
Just because he freaking crushes at home.
Yeah, he does. He
destroys life. I never play him ever, and he always crushes.
I mean, Baker's been crushing though. Like Baker's been fucking awesome this year. You go through like his stuff. He's been really good, and this is such a good environment for him to be good too. And he gets, like I said, like his best weapon back in Mike Evans, which is huge for this team. Hopefully, Emeka Egbuka too. But starting there with the quarterbacks, Tony. I mean, what do we think right now? SaberSim has got these guys: Jared Goff in projection, right? Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, C.J. Stroud, Sam Darnold as them kind of ordered by projection. Ownership-wise, Jared Goff, 37%, Baker Mayfield, 29%, and then about 15-16 for the other two. What do you think of those ownerships? I feel like they're probably close. Maybe Jared and Baker are closer to 40 and 35%, and maybe one of those quarterbacks come down a little bit. But what do you think there from an ownership perspective?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear cut, just running the numbers and stuff, that it'll be Baker and Goff somewhere between 30 and 40, and then CJ and Sam Darnold somewhere between 10 and 20, like just probably half the ownership of the other two. And it feels right to me, honestly. Quarterback feels super cut and dry. I think we're lucky if we get Baker lower owned than Goff, but it won't be enough to matter. I mean, they're going to be very similar. So I think it's very interesting at quarterback, and it's yet another slate though. These two gamers, I think I do it more so than most. I can put my quarterback in towards the back of my team. See who I have to play. Like last Monday, I think it was, I'm the worst with this, but Bijan, maybe he was on there where we had to play him and Drake London. Yeah, so I don't think you have to start with quarterback. And I'm usually not a CJ Stroud guy at all. Just that price, when I was building teams, there's something to be said for it. And just looking at how he's been, he started to look a little better. I mean, 29 last week versus Baltimore. Granted, Baltimore has the worst defense in the league right now with all those injuries, but that's his only upside game. You got Sam Darnold has a 31, was really his only upside game. So they both only got one upside game out of what? 5. Stroud's got 5. Darnold's got 6 with one upside game. Goff has 137, so he's only got one upside game. And then Baker's got to have the most. Baker with basically only 1, 2. So somehow, believe it or not, and this is why I like on these shows how we do it in our format, I thought I would see more upside from the quarterback than that. All of them really only have one game that spreads out, separates. I thought Baker had more than that.
Yeah, it's funny too, because like if you look through CJ Stroud, like this is one problem I have. I do think he's getting better, but the pass attempts, man, 27, 24. He had 38 against Jacksonville, which was a 10-17 game, 28, 27. The volume is just not there. Like legitimately, this is where I go back to Baker, but like Baker's going to probably sling the rock 35 to 40 times, which I want from my quarterback. And, Jared Goff, the other thing, he's similar to CJ Stroud, but he's just so much more efficient with his plays and stuff like that. He's just way more efficient because of the lower attempts, but that's
Goff's
why
actually scary how bad his numbers look. Yeah, this is what always happens to me with Goff, though. I get off his wagon, and whenever I like him convinced he's not a good play, he just smashes.
Again, though, I do think their stretch was like kind of a tough start to the year. Like, pretty solid teams for the most part.
How's he putting up 12 fantasy points against Baltimore, though?
Because they ran all over Baltimore. That was that game where Jahmyr Gibbs and Monty smashed, I think. Yeah, that was that game, I'm pretty sure. Jahmyr Gibbs
he's got
20.
4 games under 17. Like that's
Jahmyr
concerning.
Gibbs had 26 and Monty had 32 fantasy points in that game against Baltimore. That's literally if you are hoping Jared Goff busts, that's like a way to do it where you play both running backs. And I don't want to get too far into the running back conversation, but that's a way to go against Goff. It's not just like fading him. Like most of the time they're putting up points. You know what I mean? The Chiefs game, I throw that game out. That's a tough spot. Like most of these games, they're putting up points. So it's like, how are they getting their points? You do look at Detroit and Tampa, though. Like both defenses have been pretty good against the run. They've been giving up the bottom 10 least amount of rushing fantasy points so far this year. So, it's not like the easiest spot for running backs, but I mean, Detroit can kind of get it done.
I think Tampa Bay has been secretly not as good as people think versus the run.
They might not be. I'm just saying what the numbers are from the whole season. They're 7th in rushing fantasy points given up, least amount.
That's probably not counting like because total fantasy points against the running back is
it's not the running back. It's just rushing, strictly rushing.
Yeah, I got you. So they might be bad with so that could be good for Gibbs, honestly, because just again, all my numbers in the flow chart is just fantasy points, but it's all of them. So every fantasy running back point, they are 12th worst against the running back position. So it could be dump offs. Maybe that's something we're already going to like Gibbs anyways. It's not like we're not going to like Gibbs, but that could be even better for Gibbs, like the dump offs, and bad for Monty, because what you're saying is they're shutting down running. That's bad for Monty. I'm saying they might not be as good as we think versus the overall running. Could be Gibbs. It could be all Gibbs all the time.
I hope it's Gibbs. I got Gibbs in some good basketball
teams. Makes me like Gibbs way more. I'm glad you said that because so my flow chart accounts for how good the offense is too. So obviously Detroit is a great running team. They have 2 great running backs. So that they're like the number 1 spot for me on the flow chart because of how good they are. And Tampa's, like I said, it's 12th worst against just fantasy points. I'm curious who have they played? Like if they played guys like Gibbs.
Who?
Tampa, so they played Atlanta, who's a great rushing team. Houston,
played San Francisco.
Sucks. The Jets are a good rushing team. Philly's a good rushing team. Seattle is whatever rushing team. And San Fran, they played all the good rushing teams. So they're probably, they've actually played a gauntlet of rushers. So that's probably another reason my numbers. So McCaffrey, everything just came clear to me. McCaffrey and Bijan, of course they caught a lot of dump offs. Of course they're hot. They faced an absolute gauntlet. And now Gibbs follows the same mold. I mean, if that doesn't tell us Gibbs is like the best play ever, like I don't know what does.
Now the coach has come out and said he wants to get David Montgomery a little more
Really
work.
gets stuffed up the middle over and over.
Yeah, exactly. He just loves David Montgomery, though. He
loves him. Friggin'
loves him. All right. Before we get back to the running back position, anything else here? Quarterback. What's your ownership gonna be on these guys? Because I think I'm gonna be Baker 1, Goff 2, CJ 3, and then Darnold 4 for me if I had to rank them.
I know it sounds like a cop out, and I don't care. I'm like truly. I literally don't care. I want the rest of my team to decide who. I am fine with all 4 guys. I don't like any of the 4 more than the others. I mean, if I could pick any, I'd probably pick Baker. But he's also, like I said, he's 1,400 more than Stroud, and that can get me something on some of these teams. So I'm totally.
That's saying Monty gets targets too. Monty's had 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2.
Yeah. And if he does, it's always those like screenplays that they set
that's
up.
Not, but that's not getting targets. That's
that's design screen.
Like, bro, Christian McCaffrey is getting targets. Like, that's getting
Christian
targets.
McCaffrey is freaking good too.
God, he's so damn good. Don't get me started on Christian McCaffrey right now. That man's gonna stay healthy and just ruin me all year. It's gonna be the worst. It's gonna be the worst ever. That's not, to me, that's not like a big deal. Now, maybe if the coach does play him more, maybe the targets do go up.
He's not going to play more than, I mean, he already plays a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not going to take Gibbs off the field. He's not an idiot.
We'll see. Well, I tend to agree with you. I'm just saying, Dan Campbell.
He's going to get Montgomery, but I mean, he already gets it.
He does get a good amount. It was less to start the year. It was like 65-35 to start the year, but Monty has started creeping up. He edged him out in the Cincy game where he was back at home, and I think
and they were rolling him. That's a perfect and Monty's a great matchup versus Cincinnati's defense. It's like it's too easy. That was a Monty matchup.
I'm with you though. Like if they're in a close game, like if Tampa keeps this game close, like they're going to have to be, rolling out Gibbs a little bit more. But, all right, go to the running back position. We kind of already talked about Gibbs and Monty. You sound like you're very high on Gibbs. I think I want, like, one of them on my teams because, honestly, the slate itself, the running backs kind of suck on this slate. Like, we've got the Seattle running backs where they both just kind of take away enough from each other where one doesn't crush. If one got all the work, I would play him on every single team imaginable, but it's just not that way. And then you've got Rachaad White, who's in a good situation. Sean Tucker did get more looks last game, but still the clear one there. And then the Nick Chubb, Woody Marks thing where, Woody Marks looks good one week, and then the next week we think, oh, it's Woody Marks season, right, Tony? It's Woody Marks, and then it's not. You know what I mean? They kind of go back to Nick Chubb. Now they're coming off, was it a bye? They had a bye last week, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So now they're coming off the bye. I do think Woody Marks is really interesting here, and I kind of hope people are somewhat afraid of what happened the week prior, not last week, obviously during the bye, but the week before, where I think a lot of people in DFS tried to sell themselves on Woody Marks is kind of taking over after that Baltimore game where he smashed, and he didn't, and Nick Chubb was, more involved and stuff like that. And it's like, I think people are afraid of the situation, Tony. So they're probably out on both guys. So I think Woody Marks and Nick Chubb are going to be low owned. And I kind of think they might be similar to Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, who are going to be twice the ownership of those guys.
Yeah, I just at running back, it feels like the most cut and dry position we've had all year on the 2 gamers. And just looking at the ownerships, I don't like Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Just their prices are at least cheaper. Like, I'm glad they're not priced anywhere up. I just think they're horrible plays, though, against this Houston defense. Again, this is where we start running into where people make fun of us because we give these takes and then these guys house two of them or something on us. But, man, Chubb, I'll even throw like Tucker in there too because I'm not really going to play Tucker against Detroit's defense. But Tucker, Chubb, Walker, Charbonnet, and even David Montgomery. I'm putting him in there too. I didn't have takes at quarterbacks. I got all the takes at running backs because I don't think any of those guys are good plays, like at all.
Man, you're thinning out the pool quick, my
I
friend.
only have
You're
three
thinning out the
guys,
pool.
and this hasn't happened to me on these slates. It's Rashad White is like a near lock for me. I mean, playing in a passing.
He feels like the safest guy, right, Tony? Like with
I
the
think
price.
he's got like upside too, though. Like I just don't imagine how I don't play. I mean, I guess I could not play him if I played Woody or something over him, but it's clearly Rashad White and Gibbs 1-2 for me, and then it's clearly Woody Marks as the pivot. I'm with you, like clearly the pivot. Those are the only three guys I'm playing on anything. I do not like those other guys at all. If they vulture me, they vulture me. I'm fine with it. I like receivers. I like other positions. I'm not going out at all at running back, and I'm good with all three of them too. If I need to, I don't think I need all three, but I'm okay with it if it fits.
Yeah, so I'm the same as you, except I kept David Montgomery in my pool just because of his price. But like I have him the fourth. I have Woody. I have it. Rashad White like you, then Gibbs, then Woody, then David Montgomery. Those are the four running backs I'm playing in that order. But I think like the leverage, like Woody is the leverage play at this ownership right now, 13%. And Tony, I brought the rushing fantasy point stat up. Do you know who's number one at giving up the least amount of just rushing fantasy points on the? They're on this slate. Do you know who it is? I already outed.
I'm going to guess Seattle.
Tell me that doesn't set up for Mr. Woody Marks here. Nick Chubb is going to get nothing on the ground. They're not doing the Olay touchdown like he got that 1 week. None of that shit. All right. No Nick Chubb. Woody Marks gets more. He's coming off the bye. It's setting up, I think, for Woody Marks to get back to a heavy dosage here in a close game. Remember, it's not Baltimore. They're not going against no inferior team, right? With who is their quarterback? Was it Cooper Rush? Like, no. Seattle's a good team. Seattle's at home. They're 3-point favorites, not Houston. Like, this is going to be a competitive game. I think Woody is going to take over, especially if they're trailing, Tony. This is key. Like, especially if they're trailing, it's got to be Woody season here. So I like it. I'm going to be heavy on him. And I'm with you on the Charbonnet Walker thing. Like, I don't know how you can pick one unless you're just like, I want one. And then you're just going to sit there and be tilted when the other guy vultures your touchdown and they both get like 10 or 11. And you're just sitting there like, whatever. That's not on the winner. So, I think the rest we're in agreement with. Anyone like at this bottom tier here that you could even sell yourself on, like a Sean Tucker or anything like that? Like, could you sell yourself on him? No. I'm
going to gamble at other positions tonight for sure. And I don't see it. So a lot of these slates too, I can see it, but I don't think Tampa will be able to run like just true run game on Detroit. So that eliminates Sean Tucker. His price is nice, but whatever. And I think Gibbs and Rashad White are like incredible plays. So on top of them being great plays, I got my pivot with Woody Marks. I just don't need more than that. So, and you got decent ownership on these other guys. Montgomery, 25-30%, Charbonnet, 25-30, Kenny Walker in the 20s. I mean, that's even Chubb's going to get, I bet, 15% or something. So, but just by fading all that, that's a decent amount of stuff to get off here.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it sucks because we're not like getting off one of the 50% owned guys, but honestly, I feel like one of these other running backs is going to get steamed. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if it's David Montgomery. I feel like, though, people love the 3 running back builds, and I don't think it's going to be Woody. And I don't think it's going to be Seattle because I think they're going to kind of level each other's ownership out to where they stay around 25-ish each. David Montgomery's might be higher than we think by the time lock hits. That's all I'm going to say. Like, and if I were to play David Montgomery, I would play him on Jahmyr Gibbs builds where I fade Jared Goff. Like I was saying, this is the way you fade Jared Goff. You play one of the other quarterbacks, whether it's, Baker in the same game, or you play like CJ or Sam, whoever's your favorite from that game. And you just play the Lions run game and hope the Lions run game just kind of smashes and Jared Goff doesn't throw for like 3 touchdowns. Maybe the Lions run game runs for 3 touchdowns. And build from there. So if I play Monty, I think I want Jahmyr Gibbs on those teams, but I feel like his ownership's going to end up higher than this. I think he's going to be more like 40 or 45. So yeah, let's take it to wide receiver where this friggin' slate is so loaded. I saw someone, I forget who it was, they posted in chat that DK took down the Emeka Ibuka props. I don't know what's going on with Ibuka. It felt like he was trending towards playing. We'll see on that. Obviously, inactives come out in about like 3 hours, or no, the game's at 7. So it'll be like 2 hours. But we'll know, somewhat soon, Tony, but I guess we got to talk the ifs, if he does, if he doesn't play, but it does look like Mike Evans is going to play, which is good for Tampa Bay. I mean, what are you doing at the top? You can't play all these receivers. It's literally impossible. There's too many good ones.
That was kind of my argument, though, that I like these weird builds, and it's why I've always been pretty good at 2-gamers. I'm okay, like, thinking out of the box. And one of the out-of-the-box things I built was a Amon-Ra, JSN, Nico build, where obviously that doesn't include Mike Evans, or vice versa. Like, if you want Mike Evans instead of one of those 3, but I was using it however you want to put it. 3 of those 4 guys. You probably can't play all 4 unless you come off Gibbs, but 3 of those 4 with Gibbs and Rachaad White. So 2 good running backs, 3 top receivers. It doesn't seem like you can do it, but if you go down at quarterback and you punt tight end, there's builds that it'll work. And I think these top receivers are just so much better that, again, this is how you can be chalky while also being different, because no one plays these 3 together, really, especially the top 3. I'm not even talking about Mike Evans. Amon-Ra, JSN, and Nico. Amon-Ra and JSN for sure are 2 of the best, if not the 2 best fantasy-like receivers out there. Right there with Puka, Jamar Chase. These guys are just so good, and so their floors are probably even higher than Jamar. They just get so much volume. They're just so solid. So even take it that far. You take 2 of those 2 and then 1 of Nico and Mike Evans. Maybe you need the 600. But I think those 4 are like miles ahead of the rest. I always, and then so 2-gamers, so let's go team by team. J-Mo, I mean, we always like J-Mo, right? He's solid. He's always got upside. I think he's going to get a lot of ownership, though, because what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to play 2 of those guys and then J-Mo rather than 3 of those guys. So you get a lot of I mean, he's 40%. So I'm going to be honest. He's a guy I don't like. I think a lot of people will like him. I don't think J-Mo is ever a good play at 40, 42%. Like, I just don't. I think he's a better play when he's not high owned. I would much rather play some other angle than J-Mo. And then these other guys, 3K, 3,100. I know you're going to talk about Tesla. He's fine. I mean, these guys, Khalif Raymond, Tesla, I mean, they're 3K. They're projected for – their projection doesn't matter because you're just hoping they score. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it. Tampa Bay, you got Mike Evans back. You got – I mean, we don't know the whole Ibuka yet. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. Either way, I'm not going to be on – so Ibuka – I mean, at 7K, I'm not playing Ibuka tonight. If he beats me, he beats me. Did he already get – I don't even see a projection for anybody with Ibuka. So maybe he's just out. Maybe they came out and said he's out or something.
And maybe they're just waiting to see if he's in or out.
Or waiting. Too. Either way, though, I am not playing Ibuka. So if he's in, I'm not playing. If he's out,
I will say I don't want him to be out, but it definitely helps the slate if he does get ruled out.
Yeah.
like in terms of value.
It opens up all this value. That's why I hope it for the opposite of you. I'm hoping he's in just to clutter it a little more, just because I know what I want to do, and I haven't known what I wanted to do a lot of these slates, but I know what I want
him to be in.
Tonight.
I want him to be in for the record. I need him to be in, Tony. I got too much of
him to be in for those reasons too. A lot of the different stuff, but I don't know. Like I'm never paying $4,500 for Sterling Shepard. Cameron Johnson at 3,400, whatever. Tez, obviously Tez is the play. I think if Ibuka's out, it's going to be Tez at 4,200. And then you go to Houston. I mean, it's Nico. These guys are cheap. Xavier Hutchinson, Higgins, even Noel. I think they're fine. All these secondary receivers are fine based on your quarterback. JSN. I mean, Cooper Kupp is cheap enough now where you can at least consider him. Horton's been awesome. But again, a lot of these secondary receivers on all four teams are guys I don't need. I'm not overly excited for any of them. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the standard builds, you're going to play two good receivers and you're going to go down to JMO or one of these guys. That's the common build. That's why I'm saying I want to get different and play. Honestly, I want to play Amon-Ra, JSN, and Nico. But if I need the 600, I could play Mike Evans. I love the build with those three. So I don't know. You probably like the secondary pieces more than me, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So I agree with you on if Ibuka's out, I think Tez is the pivot. He's freaking good, by the way. I mean, I like he's very good. Like he's small, he's very small, he's skinny, but he can make plays, man. Like really nice playmaker for young rook out there. I do like him a lot, but he would be the pivot. I agree with you. I like Mike Evans a ton if he's in there. Baker is slinging the football right now so well, and Detroit, like the secondary is just massively banged up with this team, and they've been giving it up to with a lot of receiving fantasy points this year, and Mike Evans is the guy. I mean, Mike Evans is like like 2 touchdowns here. Like if he's fully healthy and there's no Ibuka, I think Mike Evans is going to smash. So I want Mike Evans. Seattle, you brought up Seattle. Seattle's been giving it up to the receiving position as well here, which is kind of interesting, but they were dealing with injuries too in a lot of those games where they'd start really leaking in the secondary. And I don't know if the corner and the safety are in. I know they were questionable, but I got to look at that. But I do like, no Christian Kirk today. I do like, actually, everyone's going to like Nico Collins. I think this is my big pivot of the slate. I'm going to take one of Jaden Higgins or Jalen Noel here. They're both cheap. They both look really good to me. I don't know why they weren't playing Jaden Higgins from the start. I get that Noel and Christian Kirk, like Kirk plays, he runs like 60 to 80% of his routes out of the slot, and that's Noel's game too. So I understand like when Kirk's in, that would affect Noel's routes, but no Kirk here. He's out for this game. I think one of Noel or Higgins is actually the pivot, and they're both cheap. So that might be my biggest move of the slate. And I get it. Nico's a beast. CJ loves them and stuff like that. But I think one of these guys could be the key, and they're not going to be owned. That's the other good thing about this slate. One game, even some of the cheap pieces will be owned. The other game, this game, the cheap pieces aren't going to be owned. So like if you like someone in this game, like outside of Nico Collins, they're not going to be owned really on this slate. So this is the way I'm going to get some leverage on the slate. I'm going to take one of Higgins or Noel, not Noel. I keep saying Noel. It's Noel. Iowa State boys, right, Tony? 2 of them. I'm going to take one of the Iowa State boys.
Hutchinson's an Iowa State boy too.
Oh yeah, Hutch. Okay, yeah. So I'm
going
to take 2 of the.
They love the Iowa State situation.
Clearly, they love the Iowa State situation. But yeah, so that I'm going there. I like
think those plays are good for king of the end zone too.
Great. Knowles 35-1. I think first touchdown. If you want to go first touchdown, I think he's plus 750 for an anytime. And I think Higgins was like 20 or 22. both good bets if you want to go the first touchdown route with one of those guys. And then Seattle, I assume you're just like all JSN. You're not playing like Cooper.
So, I mean, their prices, like say I play a Sam Darnold, I'm okay with throwing one of those. My main build for sure is going to be the build I talked about. Like I want those top receivers, but like say I play a Sam Darnold on one of my other teams, I can throw one of those guys in there. I'm okay with that on a 2-gamer. Cooper Kupp's actually looked better than I know his numbers look bad, but he's actually looked better just eyeball test to me than I thought he would. But I like Horton too. Whatever quarterback I play, I'm okay with throwing in a second receiver.
Yeah, that's the kid I like is Horton on this team. I think he's another guy. He's a good king of the end zone play. I think Torrey Horton, another guy. He's like 22-1 for first touchdown. I like him. He can get deep. He can make plays. So I'm definitely in on him. And then Tony talked about it. I do like Isaac Tesla. He ran 58% of the routes last game, and Khalif Raymond was there. I don't know if Khalif Raymond was still like a little banged up, but he was in, and all he needs is one play at 3,100, and it's going to get me to the stud. So I think that's like, I might even make this a rule, Tony, where I want one of Tesla, Horton, and the 2 Iowa State boys. I want one of those guys on my teams, and I want like 2 to 3 of those stud receivers that you were talking about, and then just rotate through all my teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good way to do it too. And they're still like, to truly like solo ship these 2-gamers, I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world to triple stack something too. Even these teams where you play Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tesla or something. That's one way to just get different. You wouldn't play Gibbs, obviously, on that build, or I don't think you would. Maybe you would. It's a 2-gamer, and maybe they nuke. But I think even like Houston, though, you could play a Nico and or Nico, Woody Marks, and Higgins or something. The overstack's always a good move.
What if they all just score? What if one game, like one team just scores all the touchdowns and the other game just doesn't score touchdowns?
I mean, it's likely to happen with the way these 2 games set up. I mean, it is. I find it highly unlikely Detroit doesn't score, obviously with the total the way it is in the other game, but you never know. I mean, what if Detroit just runs the ball good somehow and the clock runs and it's a 2-gamer. Anything can happen.
Yep, I agree with you. I like the overstack idea, though. You know everyone's going to be on one game, so, like, what do you do in that scenario? You still know, even though everyone wants to be on the Tampa game, everyone still wants a sliver of the other game. So you know
especially
that
when you
in
got
your
good
head.
pieces. I mean, it's going to be tough for people to totally ignore, like, JSN and the running backs and Nico.
This is the perfect game where you fade one team, whoever that team is. This is the perfect 2-game slate. Just fade a team. Don't play one team. Build with 3 teams. Your teams will be different. Everyone wants a piece of all these teams. That's the way to do it. All right, let's get to the tight end position here. Sam Laporta, the top projected tight end, top price tight end as well. I think that's warranted. Honestly, it's not a really great we don't have like amazing tight ends on the slate. Sam Laporta is good. Cade Otton's been better, I'll say, the last 2 games. He's been getting more volume, which is good for him. He's 3,700. And Dalton Schultz getting a little bit, but he feels kind of like a condom play. Does have a decent matchup. Like, what are you doing with these plays, Tony? AJ Barner's been good on the season, but it's a tough matchup for him. They got Elijah Arroyo there. How are you approaching this?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a clear-cut spin down spot for me, or Laporta. Like, I think it's like Laporta's price is the same. I mean, he's 4,300. Yeah, that's a little bit more than Schultz and Otton, and even Barner, 1,000 more than Barner. But I mean, Laporta is the best tight end play by a mile. And if I don't, though, this is one of the spots where I want to save, and I'm okay just full punting with Arroyo 2,700. Or even like 2,500, our boy Harrison Bryant, Brock Wright's 2,500. I'm okay with those guys. I really am. And like, this whole position could bust. It is definitely a spot where I won't be surprised if the whole position gets single digits. And if like Laporta and Schultz and Otten get 7 and 6 and 8, and Harrison Bryant gets 0, you're still gaining on the field because you're gaining in other positions. This always works for us in 2-gamers, and people will never do it. And like afternoon slates, we've had tons of success with this. I mean, Brock Wright's got 2 touchdowns on the year. I know, whatever. Like he's probably going to get 0 or 1, but he's got 2 touchdowns already. Detroit loves to throw to the tight ends when they get down in there. I am totally fine with punting a spot here. A tight end sucks, but make no mistake about it. Like Sam Laporta, clearly I'm not playing Dalton Schultz. I'm not playing Cade Otton. I maybe could play AJ Barner just because he's getting towards the cheap end, depending on prices. But I mean, my 2 fades for sure are Dalton Schultz and Cade Otton. I literally hate both of those plays. So again, there's another Big T fade. If you want to really stick it to me, play those 2 guys and hope they score, because I do not like those 2. It's simple: Laporta or spin down. I honestly like the Harrison Bryant, Brock Wright route, though, where it lets me spend up where I want to spend up. And I don't think I lose all that much touchdown equity. I lose volume for sure. 100%. I lose the volume, but I don't know. That's how I want to build, so I'm okay with it tonight.
By the way, one other thing I forgot to mention, with all the secondary woes with the Lions, with no Kirby Joseph and no Terry and Arnold, and just a bunch of guys on IR, a bunch of backups on IR in the secondary. There's no Brian Branch either, because he got suspended for whooping Juju. I forgot about that. So he's out as well.
This is not true, DB. It's not true. I'm literally looking at my team that has that, so it's not true.
Yeah, no, he was talking about this team earlier. It's definitely you can build this team.
And I I probably will have a 0 in this team. Just don't be surprised if the studs crush. I will crush no matter what my tight end does.
By the way, I posted it above. A guy, Donnie, said he triple stacked Washington and had a unique team in the top 10.
If you triple stack, you're almost always unique.
Yeah.
It's a 2-gamer. 3 guys can crush for Detroit, for Tampa. 3 guys can crush on these things.
I might make that a rule as well on my teams. I love that. Gonna do that. Brock the lock. Nice, Kevin. Let's settle down with the locks here.
He's got 2 tuds on the year. I know that much.
He does. They love throwing to the tight end when they get down in the red zone. They do. They love it.
I love the Brock Wright play.
And their run game's so good that, like, whenever they do those play action where the tight end just leaks out, it's like always open. So it just always works.
I should do him as my king of the end zone.
And just hope like no one scores more than 5 yard.
Hope he gets like a 14-yard touchdown and it's the longest of the night. Or like everybody just like freaking Freiermuth, dude, on the Thursday show. How much would you have bet that he's king of the end zone? You would have never bet Freiermuth.
No, but I talked about
you talked about him scoring, but not the longest touchdown of the
No. That's what I'm saying though, bro. Yeah. So you like pull up DK right now, scroll through the list and find the people you think can score, but you don't think can score the longest touchdown,
Jared
and
Goff.
then bet those guys.
Jared Goff, get Goff in there.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, who I think is the least likely to have the longest touchdown.
What about like CJ Stroud?
I mean, he doesn't run much either, but he's more likely than Goff.
This is what I'm talking about, though. He doesn't, but what happens when he runs 20 yards into the end zone?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, think about it.
This is the most unlikely. The chubber. Don't even say it, Rance.
At least he gets like at least he's like trying to go to the house. Like
that would be the torture chamber if he had.
That would be bad. Sean Tucker, there you go. Sean Tucker would be interesting. Like I don't picture him as that guy, but like he could David Montgomery it 100% in his 5-6 carries. It's possible for sure. Back to tight ends here. So I'm kind of indifferent to this position. It's almost like wherever I land, I'm probably going to be more on the Laporta Otten just because I'm going to be triple stacking more and I'm playing mostly Baker and Goff. So that's probably where I'm going personally. I don't mind your idea of just taking the cheapest tight end. I don't know if I love two. I get why you're doing it though, to jam the studs, but just taking a shot on a cheap tight end, I don't hate that.
Like, I think a lot of those 3K guys are going to get like, obviously I think one of them will crush, but I think a lot of them are going to get like 5 and 3 and 4. And a lot of those 3K guys are going to bust. I mean, you can save money.
Yeah, honestly, with the 2,500 guy, you're kind of hoping like everyone just gets under like 10 and your 3K guy gets you like 7, or 2,500 guy gets 7 and is like right in that range of everyone else. So, that's kind of tight end. It's not my strongest position take, but it's probably just going to be the top 2 guys. Then we get to defense, Tony. Seahawks, Lions, Buccaneers, and Houston by projection here is what we got in ownership. The Bucs are the lowest. Shocking to me though, Tony, on this slate, they have the Seahawks at 55%, and I like the Seahawks D. I don't mind the Seahawks D. They're a good defense. But the Texans defense is at 20. I'll take the Texans defense if that's the difference in ownership, and the Lions are at 15. Honestly, I think the Lions are the defense I like the least. But yeah, I'm definitely Texans as my top defense. What are you at here?
Yeah. So it's not one of my favorite positions either. I mean, I look at it. I think the Texans are the best defense, maybe in football. It's the funniest you say that, about 20%. The Seahawks, I can get why they're the highest owned, and no one's going to want to play the Lions and Bucks. Make no mistake about it. You're in that game with all the points. Natural reaction is people don't want to play defenses against their offense, which is understandable, but it's showdown in 2 gamers. I think there's extra value in playing the Bucs against Jared Goff and the Lions against Baker Mayfield. You just get so much more upside with that. I don't like them more than Houston, and if these percentages are actually correct, which I do think they're somewhat correct. I mean, the Seahawks are 3K in the best spot of the night, home favorite versus Houston. But I don't think their defense is as good as Houston. So Houston being the second cheapest, I actually won't be surprised if Detroit ends up the lowest owned just because they're 3,100 and going against Tampa still. I can't believe they're about the same ownership as the Texans. That seems crazy to me. But for me personally, I like the Texans the most, the Seahawks second, just because that's just obvious. I think the other game scores a lot of points, but I do think there's value in the Lions and Bucks. And going back to our old faithful, if you play Baker, the Lions defense is in play. Baker with the Lions defense, no one is going to have that. No one's going to play that. And when he somehow throws you a pick 6, you are just so massive, Yep. So I love those for leverage, but just in general, give me the Texans, the top D, Seahawks second, and then give me Bucks and Lions, whoever.
You're right, actually, just because I'm so aggressive with Baker today, I should play, instead of the Seahawks D, I'm going to play Texans and Lions, because I hate the Lions defense. I don't like it, but Baker's aggressive.
All you need is one lucky play, though, where something happens and they go to the house.
And they're at home. Baker plays aggressive. He's going to sling the ball down the field. We're going to get opportunities for plays one way or the other. You're right. So Texans will be my number one. I'm going to play a lot of Texans, but I'll put the Lions as my other defense here. Hopefully the Seahawks defense can bust and CJ can play okay. And I thought I was looking at something different when I saw 55% though to 20 for the Texans Seahawks. Like, I'm with you. I think the Texans defense is like one of the top 3 defenses in all of football. So
yeah.
Just
by the numbers, they've been like the best so far.
Yeah. Seahawks defense has been good too. When they're healthy, they're a good defense too. So I don't want to take anything away. Evans is good to go.
Because it feels like it should be way closer than it is.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I think
I
it
get the
probably
bump.
honestly will too. I mean, the Seahawks will be the highest for sure. But I mean, in the 50s, like really?
Yeah, I get the Bucks being the lowest. I get the Lions
The
being
Bucks
the
have to be the
third.
lowest for sure, but they're also the cheapest. Again, maybe
Yeah.
there's some build where you have to play a 2,400 defense to get everything you need.
Maybe the build is instead just punting at defense instead of doing the
Yeah.
25-25. You do one 2,500 guy,
Yeah.
and then it gets you maybe a 3,500 or less receiver. You know what I mean? Instead of a $2,500 tight
Which
end.
makes a big difference. There's some of those guys have a lot more upside.
Exactly. So maybe that's the difference right there with the build. So, yeah, Tony, I mean, I think we broke it down. I like where we're at here. We got to do our official King of the End Zone bets here. If you guys don't know King of the End Zone, DK Sportsbook. If DK Sportsbook is in your area and you are able to use it, they have a promo going right now, King of the End Zone. It is the longest touchdown player on the slate. So you bet a player's touchdown, whether it be first touchdown or anytime touchdown, whatever it is. And even if your bet doesn't hit, even if, like, let's say you bet first touchdown, it doesn't hit. If that player you bet scores the longest touchdown on the slate, not in that game, on the entire slate, so in these two games, then you'll win. You'll split a $2 million, I think it's $2 million prize pool with everyone else who bet that same player for King of the End Zone. So it's a great promo. We love it. We talk about it every time DK has it. Tony, I think they actually have the equivalent. I haven't looked 100%, but I'm pretty sure for NBA tomorrow they have King of the Court.
For opening day, they had to do it. They did it for, you're going to laugh, but I actually won one night because they did it for WNBA. I didn't watch the game. I didn't do anything. I got on at the end and I picked like two of like I don't even know who I picked. But the next day I won, and it was like $400 or something.
Send it back. Send that money to charity. You don't need that money.
It could be anything. It could be like soccer, and I'd get in. And if it was this promotion,
I'm the opposite. I'm the most stubborn person ever. I'll look at it and be like,
you'll
just
bet
because
19 touchdown props, but you won't get in a single promotion like this.
Oh God, I love touchdown props. I am a sucker for just hammering the old touchdown props. George Kittle, you did me wrong, but I love George Kittle, so it's okay.
George Kittle's got to be one of the all-time. He's one of my favorites, but he either crushes or he does nothing based on the game plan.
Did you see him get up there and say sorry, fantasy managers or whatever?
He knew they knew going into that game he was going to block and not run routes and not get any targets.
By the way, I know they were stroking him on the broadcast. He is an amazing blocker.
Yeah,
he really does make a difference. He just crushes. But yeah. All right, Tony, who's your King of the End Zone? Obviously, you don't have to bet it now, so you have the right to change your opinion.
I'm right now. I'm putting it in live on air. I'm trying to figure out who I want to get though. I want a long shot. Cameron John. I wish we knew for sure if Ibuka was in or out.
I know,
he's got to
be
out, right? He's got to be sitting.
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea.
I should pick someone in the other game. I'm picking someone in the other game anyways. More people have to be on the Detroit game.
So that's the move I was thinking, just because everyone's going to bet the Detroit game.
I should pick my boy Harrison Bryant, who I should pick. That'd be so fun if he housed one from like 40 for me. I would stand up on the roof of my house and start throwing my hands up in there like, yes. Like you were yesterday when your boy housed one, Fergie.
Oh my God. By the way, chat doesn't even realize this, but we got off that show yesterday, the Morning Wood show. And right as we got off, Terrence Ferguson caught that touchdown. And I literally jumped off my seat. I wish we were live. Tony was the only one to visualize this, how excited I was. 19-1 touchdown bet. The man was 19-1 for an anytime touchdown. He was playing a shit ton. I was like, I thought I was seeing things when they had that line. I was like, what am I doing right now? He fucking caught that touchdown. I literally jumped out of my chair and screamed. Tony was like, what the fuck is going on right now? I was like, I just hit Terrence Ferguson anytime touchdown. 19-1 or whatever. And he's like, Jesus. But yeah, it's great. I wish it was on, I wish it was in the Morning Wood final, like right before we went off, and I just jumped out of my seat. But you would have seen my ups. Tony saw my ups. Tony, you didn't know I could get up that high, did you?
Yeah. I mean, I did know. I've seen you get up.
I can't jump for shit is the funny part.
Yeah.
All right.
God, I think I'm going to take, I want to do something crazy, but I also want to lock up I want to have a chance at a W too. I think I might go either Higgins or Noel.
I was going between Noel and Horton.
I think a lot more people are going to pick Horton than we think because he's so explosive.
You think so?
He's so explosive. He's returned kicks too. Like,
yeah, you're right. He's like the guy from this game they will pick.
He's like trendy because he's like super explosive.
You know who I'm going to pick, Tony? I'm going to pick Woody Marks.
I like the Woody Marks pick.
That's who I'm going to pick.
I'm picking Jaden Higgins. For my actual bet, I'm going to do 2 touchdowns for Jaden Higgins.
That's a good pick. I like that pick.
Especially because it's only $5, so I like to have at least he went over 100 with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that. I'll go. Should I go 2 tuds too for Woody?
I mean, with five bones, it's always. I feel like you have to almost.
Yeah. Yeah,
Woody
you're right.
Too.
He could. He could definitely house too. All right. So you're going Jaden Higgins?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going Woody Marks. Bang. Lock it up. King of the End Zone promo on DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure you check it out. Bet it. Minimum bet's $5. So you don't have to bet. All you got to bet is $5 to be eligible to win a piece of that $2 million main prize on DraftKings. So it's pretty awesome promo DK does. Tony, favorite play on the slate before we get out of here? Favorite play?
Yeah, besides Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, do I have to give someone that's not high owned? I mean, all my guys. The problem with my strategy tonight is all the guys I like are high owned. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs feels like the best play after what we talked about with Tampa Bay's defense. I think my sneakier plays, I liked where you're at with these Houston secondary receivers as like nice sneaky plays. But honestly, I mean, I said my strategy for the night, like I basically said exactly what you're going to know if I do good tonight. If these studs, that's why my strategy, I always love it on short slates because all I'm betting on is the best players on the slate to have the best games. When they do, when Amon-Ra and JSN and Gibbs and all these guys get over 20, I'm just going to win. It doesn't matter what those 2 tight ends do. And then if the tight ends crush, by crush, I mean like get 7 or 8, you can win literally everything. So that's where I'm going to be at. Let me see the ownerships here. I'll tell you who. My anti-play, though, who's the highest owned guy that I don't like? J-Mo's got to be my anti-play of the night, which is the scary one. People could definitely come for me with it. But if he's in the 40s, I just can't believe J-Mo's in the 40s. I'll put it that way. J-Mo's definitely my – and like Dalton Schultz in the 30s. I'm going to be – yeah. Well, I agree, but still. Dalton Schultz, though, in the 30s is a way safer. Like, I don't like him either in the 30s.
Dalton Schultz is like the epitome of a condom play. I just
him and Kate Otten, they're both
what'd your boy, by the way, what'd your boy JK do? Did he do good?
He couldn't have done good. I don't know what he finished with, but he could have.
Well, they scored 500 points at the end.
Bo and
that's true.
What's the running back? Not DK.
Now you got me curious. So that was
he couldn't have done anything. I don't know what he did.
He had 14 carries for 81 yards rushing. Oh, because he had that big run.
I'm surprised he even had 80 yards.
Yeah, and he had 1 catch for -1 yard. So he got like 8-9 points, somewhere around there.
My man, Jamon Chichi, I'm just saying the Lions are dead. Kate Otten is the bottom of that's my boy too, Jamon Chichi. We're boys now. But He is dead last
Boy.
on my K-Dot is dead last on my flow chart. So I don't know. They might give up catches, but they don't give up fantasy points.
Yeah, let me see. What's my anti-play here? My anti-play. Well, yeah. Who is yours again, Tony? Who'd you give?
I mean, I said J-Mo. I'm scared.
J-Mo.
But
Oh,
I said
yeah.
J-Mo.
You said J-Mo.
I think Dalton Schultz is my actual, like, both of those guys. I'll give 2 of them.
I'm going to keep Dalton Schultz on the list, but I'm going to give Nico Collins. That's a scary anti-play. That is,
Yeah, I mean,
he's just the guy,
be.
though.
We should have to be scared.
Yeah, he's just a guy like, listen, I'm playing Amon-Ra. I'm playing Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm playing Mike. I'm playing those guys ahead of them, and I'm playing Woody Marks, and I'm playing those cheap Iowa State receivers. So it's just Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz. You can't be on my team today. Maybe one day, but not today. You're not going to be on my team. So we'll see if that works out for me. Good luck to everyone in their DraftKings DFS and betting. If you guys want more content, check us out, runpuresports.com. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like I said, me and Tony will be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time on this channel for NBA. First slate of the year. It's only a 2-gamer, but like I said, DraftKings Sportsbook, they have that King of the Court promo, I'm pretty sure, for tomorrow's slate. They've got a bunch of other stuff in a nice 2-game slate too. I think it's $200K, $250K to first for their main GPP, $15. So they got a nice contests out there for some big money. So it's a Tuesday, not much going on. Come hang out with us and check us out, runpuresports.com for all your DFS and betting needs. And slide into Big T 44 DFS's DMs if you want a little first-time promo code. If you're interested signing up for NBA, you want all sports, NBA's back tomorrow. Get in for NFL, bets, MMA, everything. College football, college basketball is going to be starting up soon. Stevie Boynton does a great job. Bruce does a great job with college football and the rest of the college football crew. Check us out. Get the full package and come hang out with us in the Discord. We got to get the rest of our content up. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the first NBA show. Until then, for Big T, I'm JSU. Right here.